Hi, I'm Lauren Cooley, Senior Vice President of Retail and Brand Solutions at RetailMeNot, and I'm here today with Brendan Witcher, Vice President, Principal Analyst at Forrester Research, for a special edition of RetailMeNot's Trends to Watch report. As we head into the back half of the year after a soft second quarter, the retail industry is looking for signs of optimism. Welcome, Brendan. We're thrilled to have you here today.
Thanks, Lauren. It's great to be here.
Today, we'll be talking about July retailer seasonal shifts, including a discussion around how Amazon Prime Day changes may impact brands and how retailers and restaurants can still capture necessary July revenue to meet goals. Amazon's announced the pushback of their annual event to sometime later in Q3. Speaking with senior marketing leaders at large and mid-sized retail organizations, they're feeling the strain of Q3. And from our research, 70% of senior marketing leaders said their organization would struggle in Q3 without a Prime Day event. Brendan, we'd so appreciate your perspective on how Amazon's timing shift will affect large and mid-sized retailers that have come to rely on that July timeframe and marketing push for getting a head start on their second half goals.
Yeah, it's a good question. Amazon doesn't own holiday promotions, nor does it own promotion schedules for your company. Before Amazon had Prime Day, you probably have records of when you did back to school promotions and plans prior to that event ever occurring. My advice would be to stick to them. I think a big mistake that retailers would make is to follow Amazon's lead. Consumers typically buy before the back to school timeframe. They're usually buying in August and in July historically. So that's when I would position most of your marketing for now. Obviously, you're going to want to still do something during the Amazon Prime period, but I don't think you should wait for that moment to reach out to consumers.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we're in a time of so many unknowns, but we do know that consumers have been so mindful of their spending habits and have deferred shopping. And now that they're planning to spend, in our research, just over $500 during this July timeframe outside of their back to school spending on items that they may have just been waiting to go on sale.
The truth of the matter is that yes, we have seen absolutely a lot of buying shifting over into essential items. What suffered because of that is that there's no money left for things like apparel and do-it-yourself home projects and electronics and things like that. So when we come out of this, people are going to say, okay, it's time for me to get that new computer. It's time for me to, fix that back porch. And we'll start to see more buying in those areas. The reality is that consumers are busy right now. They are doing lots, planning for school. Many of them, like myself, doing home camp counseling, things like that. So if you can make it easy for them in your messaging in particular and saying, hey, get your back to school shopping out of the way now, quick and easy, building bundles for them and doing things that make them feel like I can do this now and move on. I don't have to keep track of this on top of all the other things I need to do. That's going to be key. And so that's why I think July and August is still going to be a successful time for marketing to consumers and getting them to buy for the back to school season.
So RetailMeNot is planning to work with our retail partners on filling that void. We're very excited to be launching a special July promotional event, giving consumers the opportunity to shop wherever they feel most comfortable, in store, online, BOPUS, curbside, and we're partnering with retailers to message promotions during this time frame to help them capture lost revenue from COVID and second quarter economic conditions. Brendan, I'd love your perspective on how coupons and deals might be particularly important now to persuade shoppers to try new brands.
First of all, everyone loves a good deal, right? I've never heard a person say, I hate saving money, right? Nobody ever says that. But the other point, and it's a more important point in this day and age, we've gone through something in this country, and in all countries, but in this country in particular, that we've never gone through before, which is what I'm calling the Great Reset. And what that means is that we've broken all of our buying habits, right? Who we bought groceries from before isn't the same. Who we got sweaters from before isn't the same. Where we get everything isn't the same, right? We've lived our lives up until this pandemic, where it was like when I thought sweaters, I thought companies A first and then B and C next, right? But I don't do that anymore, right? I've been so long since I've been shopping that coming out of this, I'm thinking, okay, who do I get a sweater from, right? We've almost broken those habits. That has never happened in this country. Now, Warren Buffett has this saying that says, never let a good crisis go to waste. And I'm never I'm never about minimizing the impact that this pandemic has had, but given what's going on, I think this is such a prime opportunity for brands and retailers to win new customers. Why? Because you don't have to win them from somebody else, right? In the past, you always had to steal them away from somebody, and that was always much harder. Now consumers are looking around saying, who do I put in my consideration set? That's never happened before. So it's a great time to get some marketing dollars shifted into reaching out to the customer, reaching out through different channels, and getting them to think your brand right now is probably the most important thing that you can do to make sure that you have a healthy pipeline heading into the holiday season.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, and all great considerations for retailers as we navigate July and August spending. It's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned for additional conversations in our Trends to Watch series as we dive into Q4 and what's ahead for the holiday season. Thank you, Brendan, for joining us to discuss these industry topics during an especially challenging season for retail. We're excited to help partners bring these opportunities to life with strategic promotional planning so they can move forward successfully into the second half.